Welcome to another partner series, streaming live on LinkedIn from Goods and Clothing and Supply. This month, our theme is the idea of premium clothing brands and just really premium retail brands in the clothing space. That covers a lot of brands that people use in their personal life. Obviously, these days, we talk a lot about the fact that there's been a merger of, there used to be a lot of space between people's personal lives, what they use in their personal lives, what they use in their business. That is evaporated, Jacob, as you're well aware. People now are very much like, what I use in my personal life, what I wear on the golf course, what I'm wearing day to day is what I want in my business. And so to kind of help drive that point home this month, we've got Jacob with Holderness and Bourne with us. So Holderness and Bourne is one of our partners on the premium clothing brand side of things, and they are definitely a brand that has a strong presence today. I think a strong presence on social media platforms. Most people, if they're golfers, they probably are familiar with it and have received ads and probably have some of your stuff. So we're going to talk about a few things, but before I get to that, Jacob, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks, Landon. Thanks for having me.
Jacob, actually, you're in Columbus, Ohio, right? Close to my old stomping grounds. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, in Columbus at the moment. Apologies for the sirens. There's a big, I don't know, must be an emergency or something going on.
Yeah.
The hockey arena, but that's where I am.
Yeah, cool. I'm from Springfield, Ohio, just down the road, so know Columbus well, and I'm a big Buckeye fan, so go Bucks. But
yes,
we're going to kind of touch on 5 things today. One is kind of the idea that a brand name carries weight, and kind of the importance of and how it can benefit companies to put their logo on a premium brand. We're going to talk about the idea that these higher quality items stick around longer, or can definitely do that. That you can kind of feel the difference. There's a definite quality difference, and it's funny. I've learned over the years that it's the little like most things in life, it's the little things that elevate sort of your middle of the bell curve clothing items, which are great. They all have a place with kind of the higher level premium tier. Kind of talking about the fact that it's not just for golf. I mean, obviously a lot of these brands are rooted in golf, but it's lifestyle now, very much lifestyle. And finally, just this idea of the benefit of co-branding with brands like Holderness and Bourne and others. So with that, let's talk a little bit about, so when companies choose a premium brand to put their brand in front of their customers or employees, they're sending a message associating with that it's about quality and aligning with similar brand values. So talk a little bit about just like your perspective and Holderness and Bourne's perspective on that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it starts with our product. If you look at all of our products, the attention to detail is really there, whether it's the collar stays that are sewn into all of our shirts, or just the troca shell buttons that we use on all of our apparel, or just the way the fabrics that we use. We go specifically to the mills, specifically in Korea, Peru, and China to make sure that the level of quality is there for not only, our sake, but also, like you mentioned, Landon, our customers' sake when they're out wearing our product. So it's something that we really pay attention to, and something that we really think sets us apart from some of the other brands out there is, one, our attention to detail, and then our customer service to kind of back that up. Owning that problem as well.
That all makes sense. And I think, because of that, obviously the items that people get from Holderness and Bourne and in premium brands like it, they tend to stick around longer, right? So, and that's what we're all after. Whenever a company's giving something out with their logo to employees and customers, at the end of the day, with many tangents, those are the 2 primary audiences that these things are being done for in pretty much all instances. The idea is that you want people wearing it. You want them keeping it. Talk about that a little bit. I mean, obviously, you guys, I'm sure you see like people just keeping and using these things for a long period of time.
Oh, definitely. And, we are a golf brand and, a lifestyle brand as well, but I think golf is probably our primary focus. So these articles are getting used for, golfing, and you're sweating in them, you're washing them, you're using them over and over. And I would just like to say the quality and the collars really do hold up wash after wash, and that's something that really speaks volumes to, like you said, Landon, our customers, specifically in the corporate side, where they're gifting these items. They want something that their customers and their clients can be proud of and can wear time after time, and still look really good even after 30, 40 washes, and still really appreciate the gift that they were given. Or I
think it also just means a lot to people when they're like, we're in Valhalla country down here. You guys are in the premium. You're in the kind of the high end golf shops probably all over the world, I would think, and definitely a Valhalla. And so, there's something to be said when you get an opportunity. Not all of us get an opportunity to play golf courses like Valhalla, but you go in there and you see this product, like, man, it's pretty cool to be able to give that product. I know you got this up on screen. I know that we have tended to try to avoid, too much just presenting, but I would like you've got this brand deck on screen, and I want to just give you a chance to go through that a little bit. Not too long, but I really would like people to just to get a sense of the brand.
Yeah, definitely. Just a quick overview here and just kind of like our overall arching style and kind of what we aim to do here at Holderness and Bourne year after year with our collections.
By the way, it's Holderness and Bourne, exactly as it's spelled.com. If anybody's out there and you want to pull up the retail site, holdernessandbourne.com.
And this is one thing I really want to touch on too, and I answered it kind of in your original question, but the fit, we have what we call our signature fit, and that's throughout our entire line. So I think folks will really are really comfortable with ordering the same size, whether it's in our polo shirts or our vests or our pullovers across the entire range. So they really kind of get comfortable.
So if they know their size in one thing, there's a really good chance they're going to be confident ordering the size in the other styles.
Exactly. Nailed it right there. And this is actually our headquarters. Something really unique kind of about Holderness and Bourne is everything is warehoused and embroidered right here in Armonk, New York. So we're pretty flexible in terms of lead times and kind of what we can do and where we can ship as well, just because we own our own facilities. So everything's pretty flexible when it comes to in-hand dates, as well as drop shipping or really anything that a customer requires. So something that we're really proud of.
Talk to me a little bit about, so something that's unique about you all. We obviously have access to a lot of premium clothing brands that people would know.
Yeah.
I won't say them here because we're here to talk about you guys, but you guys you will sell the blanks and you'll do the decoration. So what I was thinking now would be a good idea. We maybe can exit out of the brand deck. I know that one of the challenges with premium clothing is a lot of times they obviously start on the retail side. They build their brand that way, and then they'll tend to want to get into our space because it's just hard to ignore, I would think, when companies want to buy 25, 50, 100, hundreds, thousands of things. I mean, that's something that if I were in the space, I'd say, yeah, I got to figure out a way to get in there. But the challenge is, and I think something you all have done extremely well, is that sometimes when those premium retail brands get into our space, they don't really understand our business well. They don't understand that, because like the way you all go on the retail side, you tend to and I'm stepping out on thin ice. You can tell me how this works, but they're going out, that you guys are designing lines, you're going and you're taking bookings, and it's sort of like, yeah, you're padding those numbers, but you're bringing those things in, and some of those things, when they're gone, they're gone. On the corporate side, there has to be a set of product with deep inventory across size scales, with colors, historically even sometimes patterns need to be toned down. You guys do, customers that work with us that have, and I'm setting you up, believe me, I'm going to let you talk here in a second. They're going to be able to come, they can go to holdernessandbourne.com and come to us with any of the items they see there, and they have access to them if they're available. But you all have also created, because you understand what you're getting into with being in our space, a set of product that's built for our space.
Exactly. Yeah. And Landon, I think you nailed it on the head. We've got essentially two silos of products where they do intermingle, but they are kind of separate in their own entity, where we have one is our seasonal product, and that'll be items that, like you mentioned, will go out and will change every season. We have a fall and a spring. So those will be essentially adjusted and refreshed every about 6 months. And then what we have is our in-stock or our Evergreen products. And those will probably be about 2 to 3 dozen products that are also included in our fall and spring catalogs, but those will remain consistent throughout the entire year. So if you have a uniform, or if you have just a large corporate gift and you want to continue to keep giving the same style or the same color in that gift, we'll have that ability, and we'll have a catalog specifically for you where they'll have products that will be available 365 days of the year, typically in small through 3XL, and always in high stock. So you'll never have to worry about being out of stock. But then to your point too, we also have that seasonal collection where if you wanted something, a little refreshed or a little different, we can offer that as well, depending on inventory.
Yeah. Do you have that PDF of that? You sent me the Spring 26 in-stock program. Is that something you'd want to share and go over real quick?
Yeah, definitely. We can give people an idea of kind of what we're going to be offering.
And I know that stuff may or may not be in hand yet, or we can talk a little bit about when that stuff might be available, or maybe it is.
Yeah, I can kind of go through it here.
He's going to pull this up, and you're going to see these items and prices. One thing in general terms, obviously one of the questions people ask, okay, what is the price to us going to be on these products? Generally speaking, we're going to be in the ballpark. Like if you pull up holdernessandbourne.com and you're looking at those retail prices, we're going to be in that range, typically with a logo, maybe a touch above. So just to orient everybody, if you're looking at, hey, what would it cost me? And the minimums, I actually think the minimums are pretty reasonable. I don't know what is. Tell me that, Jacob. What is the
24.
desired minimum?
Yeah, 24 pieces is kind of where we land at.
Yep.
And that can be any style, any size, any colors.
And that's decorated.
Right, exactly. Yeah, any of the shirts you see here could be combined in any fashion to be 24 total units, and that would work as an order. So it doesn't need to be 24 the same SKU or anything like that.
Totally. So basically, you can order from Holderness through us one of two ways. You can do it blank, and in blanks, there's no minimums. I think, right? Is that correct? You'll ship blanks, and we could run them either in-house or one of our partners. But if you would like Holderness to do the decoration, it's 24 pieces, and sometimes Jacob works with me on that, but generally speaking, 24 pieces. And the benefit to having them run the stuff is you guys package it up pretty nice when it's done, right?
Yeah.
Like retail packaging, essentially.
Yeah, everything's polybagged, steamed, refolded. It looks like you would get
kind of a first-class treatment there. So our tendency is that we always, whenever possible, we try to let, if we're working with a premium brand like Holderness and Bourne, we want them whenever possible to run the jobs, A, because they know how to run their items better than anybody else, and B, you kind of get that kind of first-class treatment. Don't get me wrong, our contract decorators, we fold things, we present them nicely, but we're not going to the extent of kind of that finished retail packaging you'll get from them. So go ahead, I'll let you talk through this PDF.
Yeah, so just to kind of cover some of the items that are in stock today, we'll have our Anderson, which is our solid polo shirt. That's actually one of our most popular items in the corporate space, just because it comes in many different sizes, small through 3XL, and also 3 different colorways, which will be available all year. And then moving over, we have our striped Perkins, and we'll offer that in 2 different blue colorways, a navy as well as a light blue. And then new for 2026, we'll have our Hicks polo, which is a pattern shirt with a repeating T print. And then coming back for 2025 into 2026, we'll have our Bell pullover, which is our lightweight quarter zip, featured in our heather gray. And then kind of moving down to these 2 other pullovers on the bottom right, our Westland is actually our best-selling quarter zip. We'll offer that in navy and black, and that's been around essentially since day one of the business, and it's been in our catalog since, and it's just been super, super popular. It's a peached material, so it feels very, very soft, but still woven with performance fabrics, so it'll still be great for everyday, wear as well as on the golf course. And then to the right is our Jackson. That's our actual first hoodie that we ever created, and it's also one of our top-selling pullovers as well. And we'll feature this guy in navy as well as black, and all those are available in small through 3XL for 2026. And then something new that we're actually very excited about is our luggage. We're going to offer a adopt kit, which we've had, as well as bringing back our banker bag and our buyer's duffel bag. Those are 3 new products that we've kind of re-engineered with a little darker tonal leather on the straps, as well as a little thicker nylon for the actual material.
And those can be decorated?
Yes, they can. For the DOP kit, it goes in the bottom right-hand corner. And then for the duffel bags, it'll go in between the 2 straps there.
And they're all embroidered, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
yep.
We could do initials, we could do logos, we could do both. It would just, if you did 2 logos, one would go on one side and the other logo would go on the other. And then also we feature pants, which can be embroidered as well. The McDaniels are 5-pocket pants. The embroidery goes over.
Is that like a performance material pant?
It is, yeah. So it'll be a performance blend, recycled poly. It's super comfortable, and we've seen these fly off the shelves both on our green grass, like our country club orders, as well as corporate orders, because we can do the embroidery above the right pocket.
I assume the belt is just generic, right? There's nothing you can do with the belt.
We actually can do stamping on the belt. That's the only thing that kind of requires a different minimum.
Yeah.
The stamping, we do 36 pieces for belts, and the stamping goes on the leather where the holes would be kind of
interesting
there. Yeah. And it's
so
awesome.
What's really interesting about this is, like, obviously we sell tons of, t-shirts, pullovers, all of it. But we probably don't do as many, definitely have never sold bags from you guys. I've never done pants. The pants is interesting. I think Heather Pretty's on this call. Maybe, so I don't usually call it individuals, but Heather is a big H&B fan, so maybe we need to figure out a way to do some pants if you're listening. But keep going, Jacob. I love it.
Yeah, so pants are definitely going to be a strong push. We also make shorts too, that will be, obviously, and be able to be embroidered as well. And then something also too that we're trying is hats. We'll offer a few different style of hats, one being our tour visor, and then the other being a lightweight cotton hat, available in navy and in white. And then our performance hat, which is there on the left, and that will also be available in navy and white. And as you can see there, they're blank. So online, you could see maybe our logo on some of those hats. Just know that they're blank to begin with. So your logo could go where, the crown is essentially in the front. We could do the sides. We could also do the back too. We could get pretty creative with, where we want to put logos or names or whatever you guys would want to do. We can figure it out.
Yeah. It's awesome. And the minimum looks like 24 pieces on those items as well.
Yep. Yeah. And the pricing is there. So there's an embroidery setup fee if you don't have a DST file of just a one-time $50 fee. And then each item we embroider will be $4 as well.
Good deal. So I was thinking what we can do also is maybe bump out to the, if you want to stop sharing this and maybe go to the retail site, because I think it'd be good. So one of the things I know that is true, pretty much all those styles you just showed, obviously there was a limited set of colors for each of those. And the reason for that is that you guys are taking a different approach to inventory so that it's available, across sizes for the corporate space. But all those styles will be available on the retail site in different colors, patterns, and things like that. And again, they're available if they're in stock.
Exactly. Yeah. We do have a comprehensive retail site. There'll be some items offered on our retail site that we, can't customize or embroider. For example, we offer a Tervis cup with our logo already in it. That would be something that we would not be able to embroider or decorate. But I would say 80 to 90% of the items on our website are able to be decorated and embroidered. So that's definitely a useful tool.
Talk about lead time. I know this is a really busy time of year, but generally speaking, what would people be looking at lead time wise?
Yeah, for blank product, we're at about a week lead time. So if you gave me the order today, you would probably receive the order sometime next week. And then for decorated orders, we're on about a 2 to 2.5 week lead time. And how it works is we'll always send a digital proof of your logo on the items, so you know exactly kind of what you're getting and how it's going to look. And then once that logo proof is approved, it's a 2 week lead time for us to embroider and ship the product. So if you order today and approve the proof today, you would receive the order by about the first or second week of December with things.
And you guys are still running that kind of lead time even this time of year right now?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty consistent since, like I mentioned, since we own our own machines and our own warehouse, we're able to kind of control the pipeline pretty well and keep it under control.
Yeah. I'm curious, and I'm going to admittedly put you on the spot a little bit. What is and I know you may not likely mention exact, corporate names or whatever the company is, but what are some of the projects you've seen lately that you've really enjoyed working on for maybe some of, and maybe the use cases, like specifically how they were using the items that you were doing?
Yeah, we get a lot of group orders. So, I'd say that's probably 30% of our business on my side is, group orders, people who have buddies trips. Those are always fun because you're helping people plan a vacation. Some interesting use cases more on the corporate side is we've seen, golf outings, Christmas gifts, holiday gifts. Those are kind of more, typical, par for the course, if you will. But what we've also seen too is folks who drop ship items. So we can essentially create a custom website for you that features a select tailored product list of products that we offer in stock. And you'll be able to share that link with folks within your organization or outside of your organization, and they'll be able to go in and place orders like they would on Amazon or like they would on any other website. And then those orders could actually be drop shipped right to them. So that's actually something pretty fun that we do that gets our customers pretty excited because it's, a kind of a tailored shopping experience for their client, as well as something different that creates a bit of an elevated experience.
And it sounds like you guys will handle dropships. So sometimes we also build sites like that. So for folks watching, many times this time of year has really changed. Holiday time has changed to where we're finding that a lot more of our customers would like to put together a set of 3 to 5 options that they're offering to customers or employees. And it's not. And in this case, if it were all Holderness items, that's a possibility. But in many times, it's going to be maybe an item or two from Holderness and Bourne, maybe a non-clothing item from a retail brand, be it a solo stove or a number of things. And we would build a site like that and put it out there, and then we would collect the orders and send them. But it does sound like drop shipments are possible, meaning if let's say somebody came to us and said, hey, I want to do, a pullover and a polo for my sales team as a Christmas gift. And but they're all over the country and I need one pullover and one polo to go to these 50 people. That's something that you guys can, help support. And
Definitely.
we would just have to quote that, at the time that, what it would cost to pick and pack those and ship those.
Yeah. And the good thing is we really don't charge an extra fee to do that. We would just charge the FedEx grounds.
The actual shipping. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's not a big inconvenience for us. So yeah, if you were to do that, that wouldn't be a problem. And we would be able to do that. No problem at all. And it's something that, like I said, that we do that our customers really do enjoy, and a bit different than just sending a big box of,
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man, we're about 22 minutes in, and I feel like we've covered it really well. Is there anything else that I haven't given you an opportunity to share that you want people to know about Holderness and Bourne?
Yeah, I think you made a point about the name. Just to give a brief background on the name, the Holderness and Bourne is actually our owners, Alex Holderness and John Bourne. And just to give a quick elevator pitch on just the company in general, we were founded in about 2017 and 18. John and Alex knew each other from Yale. They went to graduate school there, and they met playing golf and decided that the golf world needed kind of a different look or a different perspective on golf clothing. And that's kind of when they created Holderness and Bourne. And like I mentioned before, that our kind of defining features are our collar and our fit. And those are still true today. I know we still use the collar stays that are sewn in, and we still have our signature fit throughout our entire line. So it's something that's remained true since they met on the golf course to today. So it's kind of been a fun journey, and can't wait to see where else we go.
It's interesting you bring that up because I actually had a coffee meeting this morning before this where we were talking about brand. And, we're definitely living in a time where I think people are they love brand. A lot of our customers are big brand fans, and and they love the stories behind the brand. So I appreciate you kind of sharing that story. I think it's, in probably the history that we all know, it's never been easier to start something new. Access to manufacturing is, there's a lot of easy access, things like that. So it's easier than ever probably to do it, but it also, because of that, I think it makes it harder than ever to be successful doing it, because it's a very crowded space. And, kudos to Holderness and Bourne and the team and the people that we've met, just high quality people, to create a brand that's sustained now for 8 years. If my math is right, almost 9, and then also just in a space that was really, the golf space is interesting because at any given time, names like Ashworth, Cutter, and Buck had owned the space back in the 80s, 90s, and then it shifts. It's a hard space to gain a footing in. So to do that, you got to be doing something right. So I think what we love about the idea of premium brands is going back to the beginning, is the idea that we know that our customers care deeply about their brand, and then they're going to want to put it on high quality products, high quality brands that align with their brand, to be able to give gifts that people will keep and use and appreciate to both their customers and their employees. Holderness is one of those, an excellent partner. I mean, I mentioned that a lot of the other brands that we have others, but you guys really do, in my opinion, set the standard for how to be in our business, meaning excellent service, excellent understanding of the product offering, having a core set of items that are available across sizes, good lead times, having decoration in-house. Everything is really it is obvious to me that when whoever made the decision to get into our space, they understood what they were doing. And not only that, but they set the pricing up right, meaning we're able to partner with you and not be something where it's way above what they would pay at retail. There's just so many things that you guys have done right. Great partner for us, and therefore makes it very easy for us to bring it to our customers. So yeah, with that, I just wanted to make sure to say thank you to you and the Holderness and Bourne team.
Well, thank you, Landon. I appreciate it. You've been excellent to work with as well.
This time of year is busy. Obviously, these guys are still, turning things out in a couple of weeks if we have everything ready. Next week is Thanksgiving. Crazy. Hard to believe. This year's gone by so quickly. But if you're watching this and you're still looking for an opportunity to do something for your customers, employees for holidays, there's still time. And you can reach out to us. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about. You guys, you allow sampling. So sometimes our customers will come in and say, hey, we want to see, touch, and feel. We want to try something on. And you guys work with us on that. And generally speaking, within reason, we can come to you and say, hey, send me these. And we'll be able to send them. They can check them out. And as long as they sort of get returned in new condition, you'll take them back, correct?
Yep, 100%. If there's anything that we have in stock, you're more than welcome to try it blank, and then just keep the tags on and send it back within 30 days, and just to get your idea of fit and feel. And we're happy to do that for you. No problem.
Yeah. So those of you out there that are still looking to do something for Christmas, there's still time. Reach out to us. Jacob and his team will be ready and waiting for us to send options and needs and things to them right away. So with that, Jacob, thanks for taking the time to do this. I'll let you get back to, I'm sure, what is a really busy holiday season. And we'll look forward to talking to you soon and hopefully sending a bunch of opportunities your way.
Thanks, Landon. I appreciate the time and appreciate having me on. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful holiday.